Today we're going to talk about Casey Steffen, my cousin. This child has been through so much throughout the course of his life. This weekend, over the week, he has been in Detroit taking tests. And so today we're going to have a bunch of interviews of his cousins and his sister, and we're going to talk about Casey Steffen. So our first guest is Zoe Steffen. Zoe, how are you?
I'm good.
All right. Zoe, what is your favorite memory that you had with Casey?
Well, my favorite memory is when he always does a WWE move on me. He's like, Zoe, I need to do a WWE move on you. And he just picks me up for no reason, and he just slams me on the ground. And he says it doesn't hurt, but it always hurts. I think those are funny memories because he's just lying.
All right, well, what is your favorite trait about your brother? Like, what makes your brother so special to you?
Because he is really kind, and whenever I get hurt, he's always like, Zoe, are you okay? Do you need an ambulance? Or something like that. And then whenever I get hurt, when he does a WWE move, he's always like, Zoe, I'm so sorry, do you need a pack of ice? So, because he's like always there for me whenever I'm like hurt or something.
All right. Now, if you could say one thing to Casey Steffen, one thing about him, what would you say and why?
He is the best brother ever. Because he's so kind and nice, and whenever you feel like you're lonely, he'll always be there for you.
All right. Thank you, Zoe. Our next guest, his cousin, William King, my brother, actually. Hello, William. How are you doing today?
Hello, Alex. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, Casey Steffen is your cousin.
Yes, he is.
What is your favorite thing about Casey Steffen?
Favorite thing about Casey is that me and him are very close, and we always have good times, and we always like to hang out with each other and talk with each other. And we are always wrestling buddies when we do WWE. And it's just fun having him around with me. And he's so cool and great, and he's a great kid.
What's your favorite memory that you and Casey share?
Favorite memory with Casey was when we were both about 4 at Christmas Eve. We both snuck downstairs and we opened every single present.
All right. Well, what makes Casey Steffen so important to you?
What makes Casey so important to me is that even though he's not as normal as everyone else, he's still gonna be our cousin, and we're always gonna love him. And he's always gonna be super cool and funny and nice, and we're always gonna wish him the best, and he's always gonna be there for you. And he's just such a good guy.
All right, thank you, William.
Thank you.
All right, now our next guest, Joe Simon. Hi, Joe.
Hi, Alex.
All right, so Casey, let's talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite memory that you and Casey shared?
I have a few favorite memories. Those nights where he would come over on the weekends and sleep over, and we'd play floor hockey until midnight and never want to go to sleep until someone would stomp on the floor and tell us to get upstairs.
All right, what makes Casey so important to you?
Important. What makes him important to me as a cousin is the fact that he doesn't care what anybody else thinks of him. If you didn't like him, he wouldn't give a crap. He's independent too. He doesn't, care what you guys want to do or anything. He just won't do it if he doesn't like it.
Alright. Now, what's your favorite trait about
His energy level.
Aaron Jack?
I like to play outside a lot. Not more than him, though. He'll play longer than anybody else. He'll always ask after you've been outside for 2 hours, want to go play hockey or play wiffle ball or kickball or something. And you're dead tired and you're like, no.
Alright. Thank you, Joe.
Mhm.
Our next guest, John Simon. Hi, John.
Hi, Alex.
So, what is your favorite memory that you had with Casey?
Well, those days in Hawaii were pretty nice on the rocky beach. Just trying to find stuff in the water that you've never seen before. He'd grab anything you wouldn't want to touch, so that was nice.
Alright. What makes Casey so important to you?
Casey is so important to me because whenever I am bored or anything, I could ask him to play anything and he'll do it. He won't argue or anything. He'll just be there, right there, ready to do it.
Alright. What is your favorite trait about Casey?
I like him, because he's always ready to... I'd say he's really fun to be around, and I guess he just always brightens everybody's mood whenever he's around, and he'll always want to do something, and again, he's really hyper, and he'll do anything with you. Especially on those mornings where he'd go to sleep at like 12 and wake up at like 6 in the morning asking you if he'll play Xbox with you. And, yeah.
Alright, thanks, John.
Yep.
Alright, so I guess
So,
Lloyd's coming.
Alex, we're going to interview you now.
Alright. Well,
What are your good memories with Casey?
I always loved when he actually always, I'm kind of a couch potato, and he would bring me outside a lot, because everybody, and Casey would try to be like, Alex, come on, it's fun. And then I'd be like, Casey, I don't know. And then he'd keep asking me to do it, and then eventually I'd go outside and I'd have a lot of fun. So Casey just made me have a lot of fun. Without him, I probably wouldn't have.
What is your favorite memory with Casey?
Well, when we were in Arizona, we had a lot of fun memories. But he was always be petting the dogs, and then there was this one lady who wasn't very nice, and Casey was petting her, and she was like, no! But as Joe said, Casey doesn't really. He's very independent, and he wasn't scared. He just, because he loves dogs so much, and he kept petting them. It was pretty funny.
What makes Casey so important to you?
Well, as I said before, he always makes me have fun a lot, but he's really brave going out to Detroit and having tests on his brain, and I'll always remember him for being very brave.
Alright, thank you.
Alright, that wraps up our Casey Steffen talk.